Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. So if you are new to my channel, you are welcome. If you are my returning subscriber, you're also welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to draft and cut this pointed triangle sleeve you see on the screen. And it's a very beautiful sleeve. You can also bead on it. So without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the video. So on the table, I have this piece of African print for the sleeve, and I'm going to use this cotton for the lining, and I have my hard interfacing which I'm going to use to line the lining. So I have this Regining boning, and this boning is going to give that structure to the sleeves. So let's get right into the video. So I have with me a pattern paper which I'm going to use to draft the sleeve, and I've folded it in half, as you can see. So before starting the drafting, I'm going to use this top to illustrate to you how I'm going to draft the sleeves. So I'm going to measure from the shoulder point here to where I want the sleeve to end. So you can see it on the screen that the sleeve is not up to the armhole. It doesn't come all the way to the end of the armhole. It ends somewhere. So you determine the length you want the sleeve to be. So I'm measuring from the shoulder. So I'm going to use 7 inches for this sleeve. So now I'll put this top aside. Then let's get to the drafting. So down the paper, I'm going to mark a starting line like this. I'm using pencil so that if there's any mistake, I can erase it. So on this line, I'm going to mark 7 inches. You can see the paper is folded in half. So 7 inches is going to be on the front, and then 7 inches at the back. So I'm going to mark 7 inches on this line. So I'm going to come up by 1 inch on this folded edge like this. The sleeve is 2 parts. You cut the first part first, and then we are going to use the first part to cut the main sleeve. So I came up 1 inch. Now I'm going to take my curved ruler. I'm going to connect from this 1 inch to this 7 inches point. Then on this line, I'm going to go up by 5 inches. You can determine the length you want for your sleeve, but I'm going to go up by 5 inches again from this 1 inch line. So on this 5 inch point, I'm going to connect it again with a curve to meet this 7 inches point here, and I'm using my curved ruler. So you see, this is the first part of the sleeve. Now I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to use it to cut the main sleeve, because when you use this, you are not going to get the pointy part of the sleeves well. So let me cut this, and then we'll go to the second part. So guys, this is what we have after cutting it. This is not what we really want. We are going to use this to cut the main sleeve. So just pay attention here. You place it on a new pattern paper like so. So after placing it on the new pattern paper like so, you are going to bend it like this. You place it on the edge of the folded paper like so. Then you bend it. So you get 2 inches here. So let me mark the 2 inches here. Let me take it to the 2 inches. You see, after bending it, let me use the masking tape so that you can understand what I'm doing well. You see, just place your hand on this side like this, and then connect it to the length you want. But to me, I want about 6 inches. So you see, you place your tape here and then mark 6 inches, or you just connect it from here. You first of all trace down the sleeve, And then from this end now, you connect it up to the length you want, or you can even take it a bit up like so. You can still measure it to see maybe you want it more. You see, I got it 6 inches exact. So this is 6 inches. So this is it. Now this is the time to cut it out now. Now remove the first one. So when I opened, this is the new one. You see how pointed it is? You see this is different altogether. This is the main one now. This is the pointed sleeve now. You see how it goes? And then this is the first one that we cut. When you fix it on the sleeve, it will lie like this. It will not go up like so. So we are going to use this to trace it out on the fabric. This is the right side of the fabric. So I folded the fabric in half. So I'm going to place the pattern paper on the fabric. So I'm going to pin it down, then I'll cut it out. For the down part, I didn't add half an inch for sewing because I want the down part to be as it is. So I'm going to add sewing allowance on the upper side like this. If you like, you can add it here, but already I took 6 inches, so I don't want it to be longer. So guys, this is it. So I'm going to use this now to cut the lining. I'm using this for the lining. I'm going to fold it in half. Place the main sleeve on it. Then I'm going to pin it down and then cut the lining out. So this is our main fabric. This is our main sleeve now. And then this is the lining. So I'm going to get my interfacing and cut interfacing for the lining. I'm not going to add interfacing on the main fabric. This I have interfacing, and the shiny part is where it's going to glue on the fabric. So guys, I'm taking the lining to my ironing board and iron the interfacing on it, and then come back and show you the next thing to do. So guys, I'm done ironing the interfacing. You see how it looks. After ironing the interfacing, you see it gets a little bit of structure. So let me put the main fabric aside. We are going to work on the lining first. So what I'm going to do now is to turn it to where the tipping is. Then I'll get my boning. It's the boning that will give it that standing structure. So what I'll do is to place the boning at the edge. But before doing that, make sure that you leave some inches for sewing allowance. So I'm going to place the boning somewhere here, leaving 3/4 of inch for the sewing allowance. Then sew it all the way to this pointed edge. Then I'll cut it and then cut another one, also sew it from here all the way to this pointed place. So I'm going to sew the boning on the lining and then come back and show you the next thing to do. So this is how I look after stitching the boning on top of the lining, you see. But you can even use half an inch boning because I don't have the bigger boning. This is what I have, is a small boning, so you can use the bigger one. This is how it look, and this is the other side of it. What I'm going to do now is to place the main fabric on top of the lining, and then I'm going to pin it all around like so, and I'm going to sew it with this half inch that I left. I'll pin it down. You see the structure is already forming. You see how beautiful it looks. So I'm taking it to my machine. I'll stitch on it all the way here. I'll turn it inside out, take it to my ironing board and iron it properly and come and show you how it looks. So guys, after stitching it, this is how it looks. You see, so what I'm going to do now is to notch all around the edges. So I'm going to turn it inside out. We turn it out from here because this is where it's going to be on the sleeve. So I'm taking it to iron it neatly. Then I'm going to top stitch this thing, hold it, the edges on top like this, iron it nicely. And then I will take it to my mannequin for you to see how it looks. So if you find this tutorial helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share my videos. If you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and be part of this amazing family. And also, please don't forget to leave comments. I'm ever ready to answer your comments. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. I love you all. Bye.